Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Titano Charge Deluxe Dino Zord Rider. I think I said Titano really funny, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So this is in the same line of these sort of like little mini mecha figures that transform into the dinosaurs that come with a little figure that we've been doing since the beginning of Dino Charge. I decided to pick up the one for Titano because I really like the Silver Ranger and I actually just kind of dig its whole design. But yes, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna set the main attraction stuff aside for a second. Just to highlight the awesome art on the box, you have a sort of actually pretty basic looking art of the dinosaur part, but the robot one just looks really awesome right there. And on the back, you get a full shot of that, which is just really cool. Like, I like when you get art for the Zords in general, but like when we get it for the what if stuff, it's just kind of cool. Oh, there goes that. I hit some pencils. But yeah, I just wanted to take a minute to showcase that. So I suppose to start, we'll go over the figure, which if you follow this line or my reviews or anything in the neighborhood, you know that the bike and vehicle and Zord and whatever figures are a huge disappointment, as they are all one plastic color with some minor face details, and this is nothing different. The only thing that I thought might have quote-unquote saved this in some manner was from the promo pics, if I remember right, he looked shinier, so I was like, well, at least he'll kind of look super shiny and cool, but no, he's just kind of like a slightly happier gray, with the only details here being his face. The only really kind of good thing about these figures in the recent years with these is that they're actually articulated figures here, so you can move their arms around and bend them, and you can move the legs back and forth. You can't move them out, but back and forth, and you can bend them as well. You can't move the head, which is kind of weird for bikes, I guess. But I do like being able to actually move the figure, and it's not just like the Megaforce ones where they're fixed like this, but still, you should know my feelings on these figures at this point. Really, it's an embarrassment, and I understand cost cutting in certain areas, but honestly, you should come up with at least a semi-decent looking figure for these. So yeah, that's a weak point of it. And these are two sort of weapons that just go along with it. You can attach it in different ways. Like right here, you have them two sort of combined, and you can sort of give them a staff-like weapon, kind of like the Megazord. And you can also separate them. And you could probably give this to him like as a sword as well, it's like a gun sword like that. But then you can also move this down and give him a cannon weapon, which is actually pretty cool. You can put it up there too. It doesn't really fit well. You kind of have to like hold it up, but still, it's possible. But yes, this is its main sort of robot armor mode, which, like I said, I actually kind of dig it. I think it looks pretty cool for me personally. I just kind of like the design that they went for here, which obviously is part of the reason I decided to pick this one up and decided not to go for the new gold one. But yeah, in general, these are kind of hit or miss, basically depending on your personal opinion. I think the idea overall of them is kind of cool, but some of the designs I think are cooler than the others. But like I said, for whatever reason, this one just clicked. And I really like silver and curious, that's why I wanted to pick it up. And you can obviously have him riding in it. You can put his legs here. You kind of have to finagle him around in here. His legs kind of go down here, and then you put his arms through here, and he like holds the stuff here. So like that's not really exciting, and it kind of just looks weird in a manner of speaking, but it gives you a place to store the figure if you don't want to look at it. But yeah, you can do that. So that's, you know, seconds of fun. You know how it is. Okay. So for its other modes, you have its dinosaur mode, and then it's a little bit of a combined mode with the Megazord. So let's go ahead and showcase that. So basically, to transform this guy into its dinosaur mode, all you're really going to be doing is switching the arms with the legs, to be honest. I'm just going to pan down here for a second. So make sure that this is facing this way, and then just take the legs that were on the bottom, where it's, you know, well, legs were, and you put them in the front. So you put them where the arms were, whoops, like that, right? And then the ones that were the arms now become the back legs. So it's really simple, real easy to do. And this obviously I'll use a Zord builder, so whatever you have compatible with that. And then on the back here, this attaches to be a tail. Come on, let's do it, there we go. And then this is super easy, just fold that back down. And there's two little pegs here that go on the holes on top of the head. So just do that, and you probably, or there's a good chance that you could end up taking the head off with it when you're transforming it, which is something I've done. And there you have it in its Titano mode, or its whatever you want to call it mode. It's dinosaur mode. Yeah, which it looks okay. I think it kind of represents a more stylized, kind of more I don't know, combat ready, more slender version of his Zord. But I do kind of dig it. I kind of dig the design. You can also have him riding on top of here if you want, and like, you know, put the handles on and all that fun stuff. So if you want to do that, he is a bit, I feel like there's a good chance that I could be getting comments like, hey, you're an idiot, you didn't do something right here. But like, he's a little bit lopsided, but like, that's how the instructions show it. But like, there's at least a 30% chance, being generous, that I got that wrong. But yeah, that's the way it shows it, and I can't figure out another way to do it. But yeah, other than that though, I do kind of like the design of this mode. Okay, so for its combined mode with the Megazord, it's pretty simple stuff as well. Just take that off, take these off, and if you're familiar with these at all, you know that you do like a, you basically combine the legs and the arms, and you're going to want to do it so, make sure they line up so that you have one leg with this sort of arch facing out, and then like a peg facing the other opposite direction, so that you know you can use it as an arm. That's like the best way to sort of line them up. And there's not really any other confusing parts to it. So yeah. So yeah, those are going to become the arms. And I think that's basically actually all you do, with the exception of removing the helmet for preparation. We're not going to need the silver figure anymore. I have a very disassembled Dino Charge Megazord here ready to be used for this. So put the arms on the side. There you go. And then where's the helmet? Right there. There's the helmet, and then you can take this here and like put it on as a weapon. You could probably do it either way. Like this way makes a little more sense to me because of the sword, but you can also have it facing this way if you want. I don't know why you would. Like, it just makes more sense to put it this way because of the sword. I'm just gonna put it that way for now. It's kind of like a giant, like, cumbersome sword apparatus. And then this, you can do a couple different things. You could just have him holding it like a staff if you wanted, and you can also put him in like the cannon mode. So put this up here like this, and okay, I want to make sure I got that right. And you can put it in the cannon mode like that, and you can be like, which is actually pretty cool. It's honestly a pretty neat looking formation in a lot of ways. Like right here looks like he has an awesome shield and like a brachio tank cannon thing, and tank cannon, it's just a cannon. But yeah, those modes are always kind of okay. I like aspects of them. They're not the greatest. I do kind of like the cannon on that, and I do kind of dig the way the helmet looks. But yeah, and obviously this isn't the only thing you could do with them. Given that it's Zord Builder, you can do a mismatch of this and any other Zords or any of the other mecha you may own. So that's fun if you're into that. But yeah, anyway, overall, this is just kind of an okay toy. Kind of like the other ones, it basically depends on your personal preference. Like I said, I think some of the ideas and designs behind these are cool. Some are hit or miss for me, and that could be the same case for you. The figures are still an absolute travesty, and I think the only thing that needs to be fixed. But I think this is an overall okay toy, probably leaning more towards fun for kids and people that like Zord Builder. But anyway, until next time, make sure you have the Crazy Podcast at writersrangerambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.